Hi, welcome to Nikki's Modern Mediterranean. I'm Nikki, wife, mother, CEO, and entertaining expert. It makes me so happy when people eat well and enjoy each other's company. That's why I've created this place where I could show you exactly how I do it. From my signature dishes to my creative decor, I love entertaining. Join me on today's episode where we're making Spanakopita, my family's favorite appetizer. Spanakopita are one of the most popular Greek dishes. Almost everyone I know has at least heard of them, if not tried them. You could serve them many different ways. Some people make them in a pan, make it more like a pie, and serve it as a side dish. At our restaurant, we used to fold them into triangles, larger size, and serve them as a side dish as well. But today I'm going to show you how to make them mini and small size triangles so you could serve them at your hosting for the holidays or family parties, and they're great for appetizers. To get started on our filling, we're going to use 3 bunches of scallions. I'm going to chop those up. I have some chopped already, so I'm going to finish that. And you could use, people use onion, leeks. I like scallions. They're a little sweeter and they're easier to cook, and they're not so harsh like white onion. Then we have 3 boxes, 3 10-ounce boxes of frozen spinach. You're gonna thaw and drain that. Make sure you get all the water out of that, so you're gonna squeeze that. We have 16 ounces of feta, 16 ounces of ricotta, 16 ounces of cottage cheese that we've also drained, and then we're gonna use 4 ounces of grated parmesan cheese. It's a little salty, so you wanna use a little bit less of the grated cheese. Some people use different cheeses in your mixture, so don't get hung up if you only have 1 cheese. You could just add more of whatever your favorite cheese is. Some people add cream cheese or just feta, which is fine as well. We also are gonna put in our mixture 3 eggs, salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder, and a bunch of chopped dill. I'm gonna chop this dill to get ready to cook our spinach mixture. And after we cook the mixture on the stove, we're gonna saute the scallions, cook in the spinach, and all of our seasonings. Then we're gonna let the mixture cool to add in the cheeses. The fun part about Spanakopita are rolling them. To get ready to roll them, I'm going to melt down about 1 pound of butter. I know it sounds like a lot, but you're gonna need this butter to individually butter all of our triangles, as well as the bottom of the baking sheet and the tops of the triangles. So I'm gonna put this in here and melt this down while I'm cooking the spinach mixture. Now on our skillet here, we're gonna use about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna cook our 3 bunches of chopped scallions. Just cook them until they sweat down. Then we'll add in our spinach. Our onions look great, and now we can add in our spinach. Remember to drain this. I'm gonna put in the frozen spinach, break that up. Once I break up the spinach, I'm gonna add our seasoning. Now that we've broken up the spinach, we're gonna add in our seasoning. We're gonna do a half a teaspoon of salt because our cheeses are nice and salty, so we don't need that much salt. We're gonna do a tablespoon of pepper and a tablespoon of garlic powder. Give that a nice little stir, and then we're gonna stir in our chopped dill. On low heat, I'm gonna stir in our chopped dill. I love the way dill smells. So familiar to my growing up as a kid. We're gonna let this cook for another 10 minutes, and we're gonna let this mixture cool completely before we add in the cheese. Now that our mixture is cooled, we can stir in our cheeses and our 3 eggs. I'm gonna start with the feta. Mix that in. I have great memories making Spanakopitas as a kid. We used to make this on a Saturday in the fall. we would make hundreds of these to get ready for all of our family gatherings that we would have throughout the year. So when we would do this, we would roll several hundred of them because every family gathering you have to have Spanakopitas. So I can't wait to show you how to make them the small individual triangles. So mix that up. And this mixture here will probably make about 80 to 100 pieces depending on which number phyllo you use. And I'm gonna show you the different numbers of the phyllo because the smaller the number, the thinner the phyllo. A lot of people aren't sure about that, but I wanna show you the different consistencies of the different phyllo doughs. Look at that mixture. It looks delicious. It's that nice thick consistency, and we're ready to roll our Spanakopita. To get ready to roll, we're gonna cut our phyllo, and I'm gonna grab our butter. I'm gonna make little stations and invite my daughter and a friend of mine to come and help me roll so that we can freeze them and get ready for the holidays. So I have here 2 different packs of phyllo because I wanted to show you. This one's number 4. They have number 4, number 5, 7, and 10. The lower the number, the thinner the dough, and it's a little bit harder to use and work with. Most people don't know why they use a certain number. I think that they just buy whatever they can find in the store. Growing up, we used to use number 7, and I want to show you. The number 7 is the easiest to work with, in my opinion, because if I'm going to ask my daughter to come and a friend of mine, I feel like if I get them really thin phyllo, they're going to be discouraged if they're not able to roll it. So this will dry out pretty quickly. So once I take this out, I got to get our station ready. So I'm not going to cut it yet. I'm going to get our butter and our pastry brushes ready to fold our Spanakopita. I'm going to cut our phyllo to get ready for our individual stations, and I'm going to have my daughter and my friend come, and we're going to each have our own little station. So for this pastry dough, this phyllo, because it's a little thicker and easier to use, you don't want too much phyllo on each triangle. So for this one, I'm going to cut this into thirds. That way we can make the nice sized triangle and we don't have too much phyllo. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball that, cutting that into thirds, and I'm going to show you exactly how to roll it into a small triangle. So I'm going to open this up. The key here is butter. Okay. Phyllo dough will dry out quickly, so you want to be sure to open this when you're ready to go. And if you are not doing it as fast as you need to, you can always use a damp cloth to not get it too dried out. So you're going to take one individual piece, phyllo, and put that down. Butter that. And you really use a lot of butter so that it doesn't dry out the phyllo. And I'm going to fold this in half so we can make our smaller triangle, appetizer size. Butter again, don't forget the butter. And we're gonna use a small amount on the top. Right there on the top, and then we're gonna start rolling like a flag, I guess, or a triangle. It's corner down, corner over, down, over. That. When you get to the end, if it's too much dough, you could fold that in and fold that over, and you have your perfect triangle. We're gonna butter the bottom of this. These are the ones I'm gonna freeze so that I have them ready for my next family gathering. So I love, because this is labor intensive, I love to really make a large amount of this. So I'm just buttering the bottom, laying that one in, and I'll cover this, butter the tops, put some parchment paper, and I'll be able to fill this whole tray, put it in the freezer, and they'll be ready to go when we have our next gathering. So I'm gonna ask my friends to come in and join me. To add to our family tradition, I've invited my daughter and my friend to help me roll our Spanakopitas for this holiday season. I need about 400 pieces frozen so that I can host the next 4 family gatherings that I have coming up. I'm gonna make about 100 for each gathering, so I'm gonna get ready to freeze them now. So I'm gonna have the girls help me. I've cut our phyllo dough, and again, girls, this is You don't want it to dry out. So I'm gonna get Zoe ready over here. Get your station, okay? You can get started, Zoe, with buttering, just like I showed you, okay? I'm gonna put the butter right in the center. So you each have your own pastry brush. And then I have little teaspoons. You need, if you're gonna use a regular teaspoon, you need a very small amount, a little less than a full-size teaspoon. So Zoe, you want me to help you get that ready? I loved learning how to do this as a kid, and I'm excited to teach my kids how to do this as well. You got that? My mom used to tell me that this is the way they would fold the American flag, but I remember telling me that as a young kid thinking, I don't know how to fold the American flag. I used to say that you fold a flag the way you fold a Spanakopita. So we're gonna put all of our frozen, the pieces that we're ready to freeze, we're gonna put them in this Pyrex, butter the tops of them. We'll put parchment individual sheets of parchment between the layers, but I'm gonna put a baking sheet of some so I can let them taste them as well. When you're folding the Spanakopita and you get to the end, to make a nice clean line, you could just fold in the extra and then fold it over so that there's no seams on the top. Some people cut the edges, but I like to just fold it, it's easier. So one box of phyllo will make about 40 pieces of individual Spanakopita, but our filling you could probably make 2 to 3 boxes depending on how much filling you're putting in each one. So I need to make 10 boxes to make my 400 pieces, but you don't have to make that much. To bake these, I'm just gonna brush some more butter on top of these and sprinkle little sesame seeds on top and bake them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or golden brown on top. When you have them in the freezer, you're gonna freeze them with butter on top, but when you take them out of the freezer, you just have to brush a little bit more butter, sprinkle the sesame seeds if you like, and bake them in the oven. Super easy. I've taken the Spanakopita out of the oven. They have this beautiful golden brown color and they're ready to be served. Now that we have them in the freezer, you can take out whatever quantity you want to serve at your next event. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time on Nikki's Modern Mediterranean. For the full recipe, visit nikkicleckis.com.